Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me. Happy New Year, happy 2024. This year is going to be amazing and we have to start claiming that now. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the ins and outs of 2024. Let's get into it. Let's start with the outs. These are the things I'm getting rid of in 2023. They're habits that I just do not want to bring into this new year, new energy. So here's a list of my things. I'm going to stop feeling like I'm not good enough. I feel like I put way too much pressure on myself to do so many things, accomplish goals, and if I'm working hard and I'm doing my best, that's all that matters. So I'm getting rid of not feeling good enough. My second out is connecting my success to my career. When I was in a high, feeling like really successful, I was accomplishing things, reaching milestones, I was feeling really great. But then when things were slow and stagnant and I wasn't sure where I was going with my career, I felt low myself. So I am not connecting my success to my career. Success can look like anything. It could look like my success in my health, with my family, with my friends, with anything in my life, anything that I feel grateful for. I am successful because I have those things in my life. Number 3 is not speaking up for myself. For the most part, I feel like I'm a very vocal person, but sometimes I become way too timid. I get too shy. I worry about what people think, and then I don't speak up for myself. And I let others talk for me, or I'll just go along with the situation, even though I may not agree with it. So if I feel like something's not right, or if I'm feeling uncomfortable, I either remove myself from the situation, or I decide to say something. I am no longer just gonna sit back and just try to be nice and not allow my voice to be heard. In 2024, we are speaking up for ourselves, we are using our voice, we are feeling okay with hearing our voice, and just feeling a lot more kind and assertive. That is a new goal, kind and assertive. I like that. The next one is people pleasing. Now, I already talked about this a little bit in another video, but this is something I need to stop. I just feel like anytime someone says something to me, I feel like I have to agree with them, or if I don't, then they're gonna judge me, and it's just because I feel like they have to like me or they have to agree with what I say. I just had this tendency to just kind of stay quiet and just do whatever someone else wanted of me or what they said just because I wanted them to be happy. But I wasn't putting myself first. So that is something I'm not doing anymore. I'm going to make sure I'm prioritizing myself, the things that I want to do, and that is most important. Number 5 is overthinking. Now, this is a big one, and this one's pretty common amongst a lot of people, but I feel like I just need to stop overthinking. Sometimes I'll replay a conversation in my head that I had a week ago, or that same day if I was interacting with someone, I'll come back home and I'll start thinking about all the things I said and if it was the right thing, and I tend to overthink it, and I'm like, you know what, it's in the past and I have to just leave it there. Anytime I overthink, it's just making me mentally tired and exhausted. The next one is self-doubt. Now this kind of goes with all the other ones, but I just really want to be more confident with myself. I want to stop worrying about if my videos aren't good enough, or if I feel like I'm not doing enough, or feeling like I'm not capable of certain things. There was a lot of fear that I had last year of trying new things and feeling like I wouldn't be able to do it. There was just so much self-doubt. And I just want to stop doing that, because if I believe in myself, I could accomplish anything. And I know that. I've witnessed myself feel like, oh, I'm too fearful to go to participate in this activity, but then I do it and I do it amazingly and I get compliments and I show up. There's physical proof that I'm able to do things, but it's all the self-doubt and the fear that is beforehand that I just want to stop. I'm also trying to stop fearing of being judged. And I was so worried about people thinking I was different or I was weird, or I had all these ideas in my head that because I am different in certain aspects of my life and it's not the same as, let's say, the everyday person, I started to feel weird and felt like maybe I was being judged for being different. But I realized that it's okay to be different. It's okay to be unique. Like, for example, I'm the type of person who doesn't drink. I go to bed pretty early. I go to bed at like 10 o'clock every night because I wake up early and I like to have my morning routine. And I haven't found that common amongst other people. And I started to just feel really different and judged for it. There's just all these things I was worrying about because it wasn't similar to a lot of the people that were around me. I was starting to fear that they were judging me for being different, but I was like, I should just embrace that I'm different and that it's okay. And it's a great quality to have. I need to celebrate myself and celebrate being unique. The last out for 2023 is overworking. This is something I have a tendency to do. I tend to overwork, constantly think of like new content ideas or something I should be doing, whether it's personal in my work life. I'm just always overworking myself to the point of I'm mentally exhausted or physically exhausted. Sometimes I have to like write things down because my mind is going so fast and thinking of so many different things of like what I want to do, what kind of content I want to post, or what work I got to do, or get my orders out for my Etsy shop. And there's just so many things on my mind that I have a tendency to overwork myself. So this year I'm really working on creating like a content calendar, creating like a to-do list, and that I can just see it all the time. And I'm using Google Calendar. Highly recommend it. Definitely love it more than what I was doing before, which was just writing to-do lists on my phone, which wasn't that helpful because I would just try to do everything on the list. So at least this way with my content calendar on my Google Calendar, I'll just delegate certain things for the week. I'll sit down on a Sunday and I'll like plan my week so that everything is feeling more balanced between my work and my personal life. Okay, so now we're going to change it up and we're going to go to my ins. So these are the ins for my 2024 list. So I'm believing that rest is important. I used to feel so guilty because I was resting. I just felt like I had to multitask all the time. But now I'm really going to prioritize rest and remind myself that it is productive. Number 2 is believing in myself more. That's pretty self-explanatory, but honestly, I just want to have more faith in myself, that I'm capable of things, that I have the knowledge and the experience to just do things in my life, whether that be in my career, reach health goals, or relationship goals, anything in my life. I just have to believe in myself and believe that everything is going to work out for me for the highest good. Number 3 is living without fear. I just spent so much of my time worrying about different things, and when I had fear, I was experiencing it physically. My body was getting really cold, my hands were cold, sometimes I would shake because I was doing things that were out of my comfort zone, and I was just worrying so much about what if it doesn't work out? What if it's not a good experience? Like I always had these negative what if doubts. If I'm going to address the what ifs in a negative perspective, negative type scenario, I have to make sure I'm exploring the what ifs in a positive scenario. So this will help me overcome my fear. This year, I want to live more mindfully, intuitively, and just listen to my body. If I'm feeling like I need rest, if my emotions are feeling low, if I have low energy, I'm going to listen to my emotions and I'm going to take a break, go for a walk, or I'm going to do something that makes me feel like I'm prioritizing my well-being and making sure I'm balancing my lifestyle. To add to the point of living more mindfully, I also just want to practice more gratitude. I know it's so common to talk about like, oh, be grateful, express gratitude, and it's actually hard to remember how to practice it because sometimes we get so involved in our year and like how it's going, all these goals we want to accomplish, and then sometimes we forget the things that we already have in our life. Those are the things we desired 3 months ago, a year ago, and we have to focus on the things that we are receiving right now and have received so that we can bring more of it into our life. So how I'm practicing more gratitude this year is I'm creating a to-do list. So in the beginning of January, I started a list on my phone and I'm writing anything that I feel like is a win. Whether that was driving really far to a location or it was just a social media milestone. If there's anything that I felt like was just a cute moment or something I just want to remember and celebrate and just be really grateful for, I'm making a little note of that on that day. You could do this every day, you could do this every other day. Whenever you feel like there was just like a cute moment that you felt like happened in your day, just quickly write it down, make a little note, write the date, and write one sentence that you felt like was something you wanted to record for that day. I also want to just live more in the present moment. I feel like I constantly was worrying about the future, what it's going to look like, and if I'm going to accomplish all my goals in a certain time frame. And I just had all these ideas, and that was like in the future. I was that type of person like, okay, I need to have all these things accomplished within this 5-year term. And I was just putting way too much pressure on myself. So I'm practicing living in the present moment, enjoying my life right now, taking it as it is, being more flexible, and just going with the flow. And the last in for 2024 is expressing my emotions. Now, I'm really good at expressing my emotions to my journal, but when it comes to my personal relationships, that's definitely somewhere where I can get stronger and be okay with expressing my feelings and not feeling like I have to kind of keep it all bottled inside. It's something that I really want to work on, using my voice and talking about how I'm feeling, and also being open to hearing what other people have to say. And it's not that I wasn't open to it, I just felt like I would automatically like shut down. Like if I were listening to something they would say, I would just instantly feel bad and just kind of shut down, not feel like I could express my emotions. So that's something that I really want to work on too, is both listening and discussing emotions. So those are my ins and outs for 2024. Leave a comment below what your ins and outs are. I really want to know more about the habits you're getting rid of and the new ones you're starting to form. Thank you so much for being here. Subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.